Africa, welcome to the show, guys. What better way to start off the show this afternoon? Our heart goes out to all Nigerians and other Africans in South Africa who are being attacked.
Yes, it does. We are broken by the state of killings in South Africa. I mean, what happened to being our brother's keepers? Where is the love that holds us together as black people?
Well, today we join our voices with all those around the globe to say no to xenophobia. These senseless killings must stop. It is really sad that in 2019, this is still what we are facing and dealing with as a problem in Africa. It
is really heartbreaking. And of course, in the end, guys, only love can heal our hearts and constantly remind us that our strength as a continent is in our diversity. Since music transcends all languages and barriers, we thought to dedicate the first half of the show to unity in Africa through the power of music.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, who can put us online on Twitter and Instagram. It's at TVC Connect with the hashtag #eSplash on TVC. And of course, on Facebook, we are facebook.com/TVC Connect.
Yes, indeed. You can watch us live online too on our new website. It is at tvcentertainment.tv. Now join us. Let's do this together. My name is Amanda Dara, and today you can call me AD.
Okay. It is your girl, Arika, with the dimples.
All right, guys, my name is Foladile. Welcome aboard.
And of course, this is Roy Ernest's Finest. I go by the name King OJ, but you can call me OJ. That's what it is. It is what it is. Yes, what you can look forward to on today's show, as usual, there's entertainment news coming up shortly. And of course, Rewind, where we get a quick history lesson of today in entertainment history. And of course, Woman Crush Wednesday.
Then OJ will be taking us through some tweet-filled savagery and humor later, after which we'll get schooled by a top producer on Studio Session.
Then it will be time for Daily Top 5, where we'll be taking a look at Top 5 female Afro-American music legends. Later on the show, one of us will do some ranting on the Tweet Off segment.
Alrighty, then you get a quick recap of all that you might have missed right there in the news. And right after that, it will be time for everyone's favorite, the eSplash Countdown.
Okay, I'm excited about that. Or something, guys, time to kick things off, but we'll be right back with this one.
Heal the world, heal the world, heal the world. Yes, guys, you just checked that one out by Pato Rankin, Heal the World. And yes, we are saying heal the world to all the Africans out there. We are one nation, we are one. All right, it is time for entertainment news. African artist YC and AKA in war of words over xenophobic attacks. Now, you've probably heard by now, the last couple of days have recorded a tense relationship between Nigeria and South Africa over the xenophobic attacks happening in South Africa. One celebrity who has been vocal in the wake of the events is Nigerian rapper YC. Now, in a series of posts shared on Twitter yesterday, YC made it clear that he was currently displeased with South African men. In his words, and I quote, "I don't rate South African men at this point, and I'm not trying to create any form of animosity between us and them." And he said in bracket that they don't already feel against us. Now, it is really sad that in 2019, xenophobia is what we are facing and discussing as a problem. But that wasn't all. YC was clearly taking no prisoners as he proceeded to call out his fellow rapper and South African, AKA, over his now famous meltdown when the national football team of Nigeria, Super Eagles, defeated that of South Africa at the just concluded Nations Cup. Now, he tweeted, "There is this subtle dislike that a lot of them, if not all, feel towards Nigerians, and no matter how hard they try to hide it, it eventually jumps out. Like when AKA had a full childish grown man tantrum when they lost to Nigeria in the Nations Cup." It didn't take time before AKA responded to YC's tweet, and both rappers began to go back and forth. "Are you talking about this guy?" says AKA, and AKA replied, YC sharing a photo of himself leaning against a Nigerian flag with Fela's face on it. He also went to dismiss YC's narrative when he tweeted, and I quote, "South Africa and Nigeria is the continent's biggest rivalry, a sibling rivalry because we are brothers and sisters. I also hate losing to Australia for F's sakes. Now let's pull together as Africans and stop dividing ourselves. This whole narrative is stupid," he added. YC then pulled up AKA's tweets from the Nations Cup game defeat and replied, "I'm talking about this guy."
All right, I'll just carry on before we talk about this, because there's still more about this before we come back and talk about this properly. All right, guys, as you can imagine, this exchange caused major uproar on Twitter, causing other celebrities to weigh in on the matter, but from different sides. Nigerian rapper MI tweeted in AKA's defense, writing, "My bro, AKA, loves Nigeria. Taken out of context, his tweets can be misinterpreted. However, he loves and respects Niger." Nigerian musician Burna Boy, on the other hand, was very vocal about disagreeing with AKA and MI. He started by explaining that he hadn't set foot in SA since 2017 and won't again until the government wakes up. He also added that he has had personal xenophobic experiences at the hands of South Africans in the past. Burna Boy then proceeded to warn MI not to back AKA up, as he respects MI too much. And if MI throws out that respect out of the window, MI will fly out with it. Yikes.
Okay. Okay. So
we don't know where to start, Abby.
Like, where do we start?
Everyone's like, okay, so crazy stuff. Twitter was wild. I mean, Twitter has been wild because obviously there's so many facets to xenophobia. And, but of course, we'll talk about the celebrities involved or directly involved right now. And of course, we know we talked about AKA and YC, who really started the drama yesterday. And of course, I thought it was really intelligent, some of the stuff that YC tweeted. But I also thought, you know, to have said, I don't rate South African men at the moment was quite a generalization, because it's not all of them who are carrying out those attacks. But then he went on to explain what he meant. And I like that he had his receipts, like we call it in the world of in pop culture. Like he pulled out those tweets and he's like, Uncle, no, you. Now people were now saying, is it AKA that sponsored the attacks? Why are people saying as if it's AKA's fault? But that's not his point. The point is that you're in such a position, like of influence, and then you tweet like that, like publicly showing how much of a sore loser you are, publicly showing, he called it a childish tantrum, which I agree with. It was like, oh, we keep losing to Nigeria at everything. And of course, if you guys remember the Casper investing, where he said he wishes he was Nigerian, and then AKA called him out on that. So it seems as if, so if you had told me that, let me go on someone's Twitter, someone who carried out the attack, let me go on their Twitter page, I feel like this is something similar to what you would see on that kind of person's page, because this is how things develop. And so I think that was what it was. And
to be honest, I think that all four of them had specific angles that were coming from. MI was being a pacifier. In as much as you're saying you stand for Nigerians, you don't also want to start off a war, because you are a celebrity and you are the voice of the people. So whatever you say, if MI came out today and said, guys, let's attack this, you know, it's going to start off something. So he was trying to say, let's not generalize. Let's also know that, you know, not, as you said, not all South Africans are xenophobic. But at the same time, I also like Burna Boy's approach, because, as I said, they're all coming from different angles. Burna Boy is saying, we're not standing for this. I'm not being diplomatic. I'm taking my stand. I am supporting Nigerians. This is where I stand. I've not been in South Africa since 2017 because of the way I was treated, and I don't expect my people to be treated that way. Somebody has to have that stand.
I don't like some of the things Burna Boy said, but I'll let Arike and OJ go before I
What exactly don't you like? Tell me.
Oh, great. Okay, so Burna Boy went on, talked about how, you know, he said all those things we had read out, and then he wrapped up by adding that don't let the old me come out. Yeah, okay, fine. Your old gangster, no problem. Because maybe he was referring to him and Mr. 2K's drama, whatever. And then he goes on, it's like, oh, AKA, whenever I see you, better have big security, because I swear on
Bagbo's grave.
I swear on Bagbo's grave that you're gonna need it. And I'm like, no, that's violence. The very thing you're condemning is the very thing that you're doing. And I have a huge problem with that. I mean, we're talking about how people are attacking Nigerians, attacking people of other African countries, and then you're coming to say, better have big security. You had made your points, which was, look, you know, I don't stand for this, AKA you're cancelled, MI, that thing was even already bordering on disrespect. But
this is the angle MI was going to. Okay, it has happened, yes, they messed up, but the whole idea is, we are supposed to preach peace.
Yes.
Now look at Burna Boy's tweets. Look at where everything is going to. People are canceling AK, telling him that you cannot come to Nigeria. That's not the aim of this thing. And Burna Boy said it in his tweet. Yes, I'm not supposed to do this because I'm advocate for one peace Africa. But right now I just have to do this. That is not the aim.
Here's the thing. I completely agree with you guys. But it's like a case of you have a younger sister or younger sibling that is being bullied, and you keep going with this peace approach, and they keep bullying the younger sibling. Somebody has to take that harsh stand stand and actually
say
say,
you better have security.
To be honest, I actually think so. Because it feels like nobody's defending us Nigerians out there. It feels like things keep happening and we just keep writing words, which is what celebrities are coming out to say, that you can't just go and be typing, say no to xenophobia. What exactly are you doing about it?
First of all, so I'll say something. That's why Burna Boy ended up saying, please, can someone take my phone away from me because I don't want the old me to come back.
Stop that. You've already done the old you now. So, what are we saying? Let's be honest. You've already shown the old you. You've shown that you're a violent person by saying you better have security. What else can that mean? It's not ambiguous. It means what it means. You've already shown the old you by showing us that, better have security because, my guy, anything can happen. Paraphrasing now. So, you did well by saying, I've not stepped foot in SA since, and I'm not going to until the government sorts things out. That's great. Leave it there. Which one is better have security?
Okay, but then there were other things he tweeted. How about the one he responded when Davido said something about, South Africa and Nigeria and whatever it is, and he said something about, you know what, all Nigerians, come back home. We can't keep running. There's no way. That's my own stand on this. I don't care about who is fighting who's tweet, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying I'm in support of violence, but then there's a level to this. There's a limit. Everyone has their limit. As she said, if you have a younger one that's been constantly bullied, it will get to a point where you'll be like, oh yeah, bring your person. Let me bring my person. I'm not saying that should be the end result. That's not the goal. That shouldn't be the goal. And I'm glad that he said, can someone take my phone away from me, and whatever it is that he said. I don't care about all of that, but my problem is, Nigerians, can we come home and make our nation better? See, there's no way you run to. There's no place like home. That's my own opinion. Because at the end of the day, if you're to typically look at it, I get that there's some people in South Africa that are Nigerians that are doing really well and their jobs there are amazing. But on a scale of 100, I would say like 80% of them are just doing menial jobs, like cleaning and stuff like that. It's not like they have a proper thing that they're doing over there. So why don't we come back and stop running? Because you talk to the next person and the next person is saying, oh, I don't want to be in Nigeria. I want to this, I want to that. We can't keep running, because if tomorrow, this is just South Africa, and it is Africa that we say, oh, we are one. If Canada decides to throw you guys into the same situation, and it happens in the US, God forbid, I'm just saying, like, if it happens all over the world, we all have no choice but to come back home and make things right. So that's my own opinion on this whole thing. Yes, no matter what you do, you're always just going to remain that option, like you're just a second-class citizen, wherever it is. So let's come home, let's stop running. That's my own take on this whole thing. And I agree totally with that particular Burna Boy's tweet. I'm like, yes, I totally agree. The one about security? No, the one where you should come home.
To be honest, after all is said and done, I think peace should just reign. And
at the end of the day, the take-home should be no to xenophobia. And at the same time, as Nigerians, we shouldn't say because we're trying to retaliate, we're also affecting our own. We're going to do very, harmful protests, very violent protests that, are really affecting us as Nigerians. So just in general, say no to xenophobia.
I just want to quote Drake here.
Yeah.
After all is said and done, more is always said than done.
Wow.
Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our next story. Zaki Aze accuses Sarkodie and Mr. Easy of copyright infringement. Yes, veteran Nigerian musician Zaki Aze has called out Sarkodie and Mr. Easy over copyright infringement for sampling the lyrics of his song Mariam in their new song Do You. The musician took to his Instagram page to call out Sarkodie and Mr. Easy, threatening to sanction them for copyright infringement, saying, and I quote, "Hello at Sarkodie and at Mr. Easy. This is to let you know that my song Mariam has been lifted in your newly released single, Na You. I released the monster hits way back in 1996, and I want to believe that you guys should know the consequences of copyright infringement," end quote. He continued adding, "This is a massive violation of my musical copyright dues and the illegal exploitation of my intellectual property, as I haven't been contacted for permission or approval for the lyrics of my song to be used. It's high time African artists wake up to know that copyright infringement and violation is stealing and theft, and hence a big crime. My next line of action will be made private for now. Thank you." As of the time of filing this report, neither Sarkodie nor Mr. Easy has said anything as regards this sanction. So it's Zaki Aze versus Sarkodie and Mr. Easy.
Can I be an Instagram person right now?
Can you what?
Can I be an Instagram person right now? Zaki, okay, I get your point, okay? But we have more pressing issue. Can you come back to it?
That's very Instagram-y. But to be honest, though, he said my next line of action will be made private. I think this entire thing should be private.
Exactly.
We always say this.
So the next line of action will be probably Sarkodie reaching out to him or Mr. Easy, and they will take it low-key and nothing out there.
Okay, so here's the thing. So
They started private first
they're
before
different,
coming out.
yes. So there are different reasons, though. Let me now balance it. There are different reasons why he could have done this. Maybe he had tried to reach out to them and no response, and so he went that way. Maybe he wanted to do this to serve as a lesson to others. However, back to what we always say. The first thing to do, if really the aim of this is to get what is due you legally, then go legal with it. This is just, especially you started by saying veteran. I don't believe veterans should be doing this. It's just like a messy, you're getting yourself caught up in drama.
I've listened to this song. I think who should even sue should be Neo, because I listened to the song. Mr. Easy sang, do you ever think of me anymore? Which is a Neo song.
Neo
so he added Neo song and put Nami go marry am. He didn't put Nami go marry am. I supposed to marry him. Zakiazi's own is Nami go marry him. Okay. So the person that should actually talk about Neo, because he sampled Neo's.
So here's the thing. I mean, there's a popular saying that says there's nothing new under the sun, right? So music has been recycled from time immemorial, and it's one thing that we have been fighting. But, you know, when you're talking about the foreign artist, it might be harder for a Neo to know that a Mr. Easy is copying his lines or whatever it is. They have their rules that are standing very well in America, and I don't actually think that it's wrong for him to place a sanction. Now, as you said, bringing it out to the public, which is like you're accusing someone publicly, and you know how we are still very making laws and passing judgments out on Instagram people is not the best approach at the point at this moment in time. So that's where I'll disagree with him. As you said, you should have started privately. There are legal ways to do this thing, and part of legal ways is not coming out on Instagram and tagging people. So that's just what I see.
My opinion as well. So, well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed. Private, Abby, we'll find out later. Finally, in the foreign scene, Justin Bieber opens up about childhood fame corrupting him. Now, Canadian singer Justin Bieber has spoken up about his struggles with depression while growing up as a child. Now, according to him, the situation led him to make poor choices in his life. The 25-year-old singer, who is married to model Hailey Baldwin, took to his Instagram page to share the lengthy post where he admitted that he started doing pretty heavy drugs at 19 and credit his relationship with his wife as a factor that has helped him establish more healthy habits. Justin Bieber, who was discovered at the age of 13, stated, and I quote, "I became resentful, disrespectful to women, and angry. I became distant to everyone who loved me. I felt like I could never turn it around." Now, he also talked about how the constant praise he received in his teens distorted his perspective on life, saying, and I quote, "I went from a 13-year-old boy from a small town to being praised left and right by world, with millions saying how much they loved me and how great I was." You hear these things enough as a young boy and you actually start believing it. Everyone did everything for me, so I never even learned the fundamentals of responsibility. This post was probably a follow-up to a video the singer posted on his Instagram page last week where he shared where he gave an emotional worship performance at his Los Angeles church. I totally agree, and this was where I was coming from when we were talking about the whole Miley Cyrus and her husband situation, because the two of them were in a situation where they were out there and they met so early, they didn't even figure out themselves. They didn't even know what they wanted. Everyone was in their faces like, oh, Miley Cyrus, and they just jumped into everything. And now it's like, let's take a break, let's slow down, let's discover ourselves. And I'm happy for Justin Bieber because I feel like this is a step to healing. Because if you're bold enough to come say this, then you've realized a lot, and that is growth. And growth for me is healing. And
that makes a lot of sense. I was actually going to say something similar. That it's nice to see people grow. It's a reminder that we're human, and so to be able to say, look, I was exposed early, because we've talked about this before. I think the last time where we heard about depression and all that, and I was saying that it's possible that because these guys get exposed early. So I think for everyone out there, so you probably see this in Nigeria first. So people here in Nigeria who have child stars or who are trying to raise child stars, I think it's important to expose them to therapy early or a counselor early. So because I mean, the industry will expose you to so many things. Fine, it might be worse abroad, but even here, like the industry will expose you to so many things, and it's important to have a sounding board, to have advice, to have a form of what's it called, outlet that keeps you sane.
I mean, that's a very good perspective from the point of view of the musician, the singer, and I think from the point of view of the fans as well, we have to also understand that these are human beings with feelings, with problems. You know, I remember watching an interview with Justin Bieber, and he was talking about people's energies, that he's just on his own, and there's like 5 people are coming to meet him with all their problems and all their challenges, because he's now a god that can solve all things. Now, you don't understand that in as much as you feel like this person can help me, what you're doing is you're giving off, you're making the person loaded, and you're actually so you're contributing to the person's depression. So if we also know how to relate to people, like human beings, not like gods, then this will also help with that depression thing you're saying.
Makes a lot of sense. And I love the video of him singing in church. Oh my, you know,
I saw it.
OJ, you know me now. That thing moved me.
Influence in his life.
You know that thing moved me. That thing moved me. I was so excited. It did them.
And this is Justin Bieber that's not performed for a long while.
Yeah.
And of course, the first place he will now be performing is singing worship song in church.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And he has a really great connection with his pastor, Carlin, so I think that's really cool. All right, guys, that's it in the news. So much has been said, and I really pray that much more is done. All right, guys, moving swiftly along, celebrity birthday shout-outs. Yes, it's time for this. So let's talk about those celebrating today. Can you guys guess?
Me?
Bye-bye. Celebrating today are the following people. Multiple award-winning American superstar singer, songwriter, actor, and high-energy performer, Beyonce Knowles-Carter! And she turns 38 today. The almighty Beyonce that makes people cry when they see her performing live. Amazing stuff. Mama of 3.
And you were talking a page. You said she's pregnant.
I did not. Rumor has it. The rumor mill is spinning. People are saying that, look, the number 4 means a lot to her because her birthday is September 4th.
Yeah,
Jay-Z's is December 4th. She has
album.
The wedding was 4th of I think April or something, and so they're saying that maybe they're trying to have a 4th child. Yeah. But we don't know. We'll keep an eye on the story. Angle, right?
I won't watch us.
All right, guys. Also celebrating today is American stand-up comedian, actor, writer, producer, and member of the popular Wayans family of entertainers. Yes, guys, Damon Wayans, a fan. He turned 58 today, and he's popular, of course, very popular for many things, but also for playing the role of dad on the sitcom My Wife and Kids. Yes, he was so funny on that show, and I rate him. I rate the Wayans guys.
White chicks.
They did, but it wasn't him. It was Marlon and his other. Exactly.
All of them, they're just cashing out. They're great.
Happy birthday to him.
And happy birthday to everyone celebrating today, okay? Please let us know where the turn up is at. You know Jay's voice, all right? All right, up next are Rewind and Woman Crush Wednesday. Check them out.
Let's rewind. On this day in 1962, Beatles recorded How Do You Do It at EMI. And that's it on Rewind. Today, our woman crush is Janet Damita Jo Jackson. She's an American songwriter, singer, actress, and dancer. She's also a prominent figure in popular culture, known for socially conscious and sonically innovative records and elaborate stage shows. Janet began her career with the variety television series The Jacksons in 1976 and went on to appear in television shows throughout the 1970s and early 1980s.
You know, I don't think I'm all that. You think I'm all that. That's why you all on this, okay? Thank you.
After signing a recording contract in 1982, Janet became a pop icon following the release of her third and fourth studio albums, Control and Rhythm Nation. Now here are 5 things you may not know about Janet Jackson.
I'm gonna take you there. Ooh, that's the way love goes.
Janet did not always have an ambition to be a singer. Yes, I said it. Actually, she aspired to be a horse racing jockey. Aren't we glad she picked music? Growing up, Janet had a nickname, Donk. Now that's because her famous brother Michael Jackson nicknamed her after a donkey. Janet is the #2 most successful artist on the Billboard Dance and Club Play chart, second only to Madonna. Janet Jackson rejected a role in The Matrix to go on a concert tour. Janet is the only woman singer in the history of rock and roll to score 5 back-to-back #1 studio albums on the Billboard album chart.
That's the way love goes, it goes, it goes.
Now, if all these things don't make you love Janet Jackson, I don't know what will, and that's why she's our woman crush today.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our Woman Crush Wednesday, Janet Jackson. Yes, it's time for Tweetville, where we bring you all the savagery, humor, and craziness social media has to offer in 5 minutes or less. The cray moment.
Cray.
Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
So somebody put up this tweet and it says, that's the babe. He said, asking her boyfriend, babe, can you give me your phone? I want to use the calculator. And the guy said, okay. And the babe now comes back. Babe, who is Jennifer? Talking to her boyfriend, who is Jennifer? And my guy, maybe Jennifer called or sent a message, a love text message. And the guy now said, I don't know, maybe it's the square root of 5. Since you want to use the calculator,
Love it.
so why are you looking for Jennifer? Jennifer sent me a message or Jennifer called and said, hi, boo. Don't ask me who is Jennifer. Because I can't answer you.
I would say.
Some people have rules that if you check my phone and you see what you don't want to see,
Take it
like that.
It's calculator you wanted, Abby.
And you're seeing Jennifer. What's your business with
Jennifer is the
Jennifer?
square root of 5. In case you don't know.
I love it. I
Don't
can actually
stress my
respond
life.
like that.
Oh my goodness.
And look at children laughing. So what do we have next? So somebody put up this tweet and advising people.
Oh, Benny Dipo.
Benny Dipo, Dr. Dipo. And it says, things to delete from your CV this weekend. State of origin, local government area, religion, marital status, gender, or sex. Take them out except you're applying for a state or federal government job and when the company specifically requests for this information. And somebody now replied him, for a fresh graduate, waiting can't remain for the CV. If I remove my state of origin, local government area, religion, my gender.
What are you doing in school?
So what should I put on the CV?
Okay, wait.
I love it because there's nothing, there's no experience.
So I looked at my CV like 2 years ago. I saw timekeeper in primary 5. I was like,
Oh my gosh,
wow,
Amanda.
please.
What was that doing on your CV?
I don't know.
But I think it's because...
Here's the thing,
yeah.
because as a fresh graduate at the time, that's when I wrote that CV. In my mind, what am I going to write? Let me start going to secondary school.
Okay.
One competition, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
To be honest, this guy is making a whole lot of sense. You think that is adding flesh to your CV? Nobody is going to flip the page.
But there's
Let
some
it be
people-
half a page
There's some
and
people
be
of the school of
concise.
thought that say, if secondary school, you've won award for, put
Put
it
it
there.
there.
Award winner of...
Head boy
Actually,
2001 to
maybe if you're a
2002.
fresh graduate
Yeah.
or you're just leaving secondary school,
Yeah.
yes.
But to put
as in-
religion, and nobody asked for that, my guy.
that's
religion, local government
marital
area.
status.
You can put sex.
Single.
Of course you can put sex. F.
But my guy said
No,
no.
he was... I think that was just extreme. You can put your gender
Why
now.
would you put
You know,
gender?
in this world, that gender.
So what is going on?
In this 2019,
if
that
you're
gender
writing a CV,
is
you
now
go Amanda
20.
Folabi address.
I put... There's female. People put female.
Female.
Yes.
But
Because my name is Foladile. A guy can be Foladile.
so how many
You get-
how many genders do they say we have now?
Okay.
okay,
So from that
let's,
angle, so from that
move on to
angle,
more
yeah.
tweets.
Let's move on to some more tweets.
tired of people.
Somebody put up this picture and said, "I just bought banana. I'll buy the island later.
Wow.
Everything, nah, small.
Everything is small.
My guy, yes, the banana small, but the island is the
No,
cocoa.
the journey of 1,000 miles. It begins with his first
So
step.
in his mind, he has bought banana. He wants
That's
to acquire
right.
banana island. My guy, it's the islands.
I mean, I just
That
want
is
to
the
know
cocoa.
what the next step is.
I'm watching.
So if banana is the first step, what is the next step?
I'll buy I.
You buy.
Sorry.
You buy plant.
Sorry.
No. When he buys the banana, he'll plant it.
Oh my
They'll
gosh.
become a tree.
Oh my gosh.
Then from that, he'll start selling
On whose-
bananas.
on
You
whose
have a
land?
plantation.
On whose land?
Then
There's
he'll
an
now buy it.
explanation.
On whose land? On whose land? Let's just move on, my guy.
They're breaking it down. Are we? Oh my God.
Everything that's small, my guy. It's not be small for you. Let's not lie. And of course, wrapping up Tweetville, somebody put up this post on Twitter on suspended influencer. And she said, when I was in high school, my best friend stole my wig, which I didn't know. And then the following week, her mom wore it to PTA meeting.
Please, dear, get me out of here. What?
I'm confused.
So
When I was, my
those
friend
second-
stole my wig.
Yes.
I was like, where did my wig go? Next thing, her mom shows up to
PTA meeting, and you're seeing the wig
Guess
that you've been
where my
looking
wig
for.
is on Momsy's brain.
What?
On my friend Momsi brain. So-
This one's another level.
and I'm sure she gave Momsi like, Momsi, I
got
bought
something
this
for
wig for you.
No, but wait. Let's
La,
break
la,
this
la,
down.
la, la.
This is when I was in high school. This is... she's saying high school.
So
She
what,
didn't-
she's a kind thief.
So, no, but my point
think
is
they
like,
don't use wigs there?
secondary school,
Wig?
you're not, no, if I come home with a wig, like I would be like, wait, you're not working, where did you
Actually,
get money for wig
how
from?
come?
You
In
get?
modern day? No.
And so modern day, Sha.
No,
Sure.
modern-
High school and wig.
No, modern day.
Then again, I was working in high school, though, so let me just, yeah, fair enough.
Modern day, people use phones that their parents know that they cannot afford.
But that's the point.
And they'll be like, I just did one job. I went there and I bought.
And that's where I'm going with this. How did her mommy, like, how did she not ask, where did you get this wig from?
They did, my friend, we
Honestly,
did one ushering job.
No,
we did
no,
one
no,
thing.
no, no, no,
And
no,
I
no.
made money.
Job.
And I bought a wig for you.
Something that even if I bring chin chin home, my
5K
mom will ask me,
ushering
where
job.
did you get it from?
Yeah.
You have to keep questioning your children.
5K ushering job wig. I smelled a rat.
It's very big
In that
one.
unsuspected liar, unsuspected influencer tweet. I smell a
Don't
rat.
smell anything.
You can never smell anything, OJ. Your nose doesn't work. Let me just call you out now.
Wow. All right, thank you so much, OJ. It is a wrap on Tweetville. We're going to take a break right now and we'll return shortly. Stick around. I saw the Italian or the Spanish way of doing Zanku. Did you see it at the end?
Yes, I saw it.
Did you see it?
Spanish way.
OJ, I was expecting you to see it.
Called Zanko.
What do you guys call it in Spain?
We don't dance like that.
We just saw it there.
No, that
Well,
wasn't- that
Shakira is
wasn't
Colombian, so maybe they dance like that in Colombia. Pow. All right, guys, moving swiftly along on the show. Yes, it is still a splash, of course. And it's time for studio session. Yes, on studio session this week, we have music producer known by the stage name Tuzi, and he ticks all the boxes as a genius workhouse who has delivered great songs. Now let's take a look as he shows us how he created Sensima by Skibi.
Hello guys, my name is Tuzi, a Nigerian Afrobeat producer, and you're welcome to my studio session. Today I'm going to be breaking down one of my productions, Skibi, Sensima featuring Ricardo Banks. Welcome back guys, it's time to take you on a journey of how Sensima became a champ. Starting from the kick. Alright, I knew I wanted it to be a club song. Alright, so I proceeded fixing my percussions and the rest. Alright, so I combined like 3 different percussions to achieve this particular sound we're hearing right now. Getting groovy. When making a beat, if I don't get that unique sound, I don't seem to be comfortable. But the moment my hand, struck on these keys, go. Already on the groove. Getting this guitar, struck a whole lot of ideas and brought up different type of vibes for me. So I started playing around and decided to bring in the vocal sample here. It's 2 parts. I have woman 1 and woman 2. That one went, yeah, and the other one goes. Okay, so mixing it together. Struck this again. That's the brass. I think this is a brass from Purity. Another vibe came through. Together with him. Every 4 bars has different vibes. You get down to the chorus. So basically, I think that's all the major stuff I did on the song. Get down to, I just the regular copy and paste, and it was a very sweet project. Alright guys, thank you for watching my studio session. Before I round up, I have a couple of advice for producers, aspiring producers, upcoming producers out there. Be good at what you're doing, focus, don't, strive hard to be very unique in what you're doing. The competition out here is very crazy, and what would actually sell you is your uniqueness. We have a whole lot of Afrobeat producers right now. When you have that special, feel in your beat, and this is you, stick to it and make it work. A whole lot of people might not understand, your vibe at first, but within you that, you're making good music. When the time comes, it's going to be, it's going to work like magic. Just keep hustling and keep making your beats and keep learning. Yeah, thank you guys. It's a wrap on my studio session. You can holler at me on Instagram at Tuzi_BEATZ. Peace out.
Oh wow, I have just learned something new.
Tell us.
Okay.
That when you're working on the beats, it's not, you don't do it at once. It's like percussion. So you do this first step, then you go to the next one.
What did you think you would do before?
Well,
everybody learns.
Everyone learns.
That's true. Thanks, Amanda. That's true.
Exactly.
So sorry, Arike.
So I really like the beat. As in, the beat was already a vibe before, Skibby just jumped on it and then gave us a hit.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much, Tuzi, for that. We'll take a break now, and when we come back, it will be time for our Daily Top 5. Stay here with us.
And in the sun or the rain or the sweet and the pain, we still dey here together because African. Oh, Nelson Mandela, Lupita Nyong'o, oh, Desmond Tutu, African. Oh, Barack Obama, Kwame Nkrumah, all my freedom fighters. Everybody move, make a see your hands up. We came a long way, so now we can't stop. Free for life, we're taking off the handcuff. We came to spread love through the sea breeze. Natural, Mama Africa, we need peace. Home sweet home, everybody for feel free. Check my people and check the beauty. Be my duty. We're trying to make it a better place for us, and I believe it's gonna happen in God we trust. Straight from the bottom all the way up to top. I prophesy, it shall come to pass. Amen. From dust to grass, from grass to grace. But it's left to us to make it happen on a daily basis. Back to back, Africa stand for peace. Let's face the fact. Asante nyerere baba, tunajivunia upendo wetu na amani. Tena pia Mugabe bendera baba, tunajivunia upendo wetu na amani. Tumejaa unani.
Hey, Davido.
Guys, we're telling you, that we are one. It is one Africa. It is not South Africa against Zambia or Nigeria against, and you know, whatever it is. We are one and we love Africa, yes. That was Tiwa Savage. I saw Diamond, I saw Sarkodie, I saw Lola Davido, Mikasa.
Everyone.
Love me some
See,
Mikasa
that is
right
the kind of vibe we need, okay? Let love lead, okay?
Let him know, baby.
It is time for Daily Top 5, and we're talking about top 5 female Afro-American music legends. Now, in continuation of our music legend discussion last week, we are shining the light on the soulful and energetic women who have also contributed powerfully to the music scene. So today, we'll be talking about 5 female Afro-American legends, as I told you earlier on, who have made history in the world of music. Number 1 on the list is, guess who? Whitney Houston. See, let me sink in, okay? Whitney Houston was incredibly popular in the 1980s when I was born, you know. I was known for her big voice and unique style. Born into a family of musicians, that's her mother and her aunt, she sang in a local church and was inspired by gospel as a genre. She is known for her hits as Saving All My Love for You, and I'm saving all my love for you. I Wanna Dance with Somebody. I wanna dance with somebody. And I look to you. Do it, my soprano singer.
I look to you.
Amongst many others. Now, she's collaborated with Mariah Carey on the single When You Believe, and her significant contributions to modern music are undeniable.
Yes.
Wow.
Enrique.
Faladele, I was born in the 1980s.
Was that, wait, was that about you or Whitney? It was about us. Man was singing. You know how they said nobody should try Whitney Houston songs?
Yes.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, but to be honest, yeah, I actually agree with that. Whitney Houston songs are the songs that you should never, ever try karaoke. And she does it so effortlessly that you just want, you think it's so easy until you try it out. She's a legend.
Oh, man, crazy stuff. Continue to rest in power, Whitney.
Even with hook.
I watched an audition, someone said, I said, wow.
Breathe out.
Are you telling me alone? And it's supposed to be a straight take. I'm going to run out of breath on a Whitney song. Are you okay?
It happens. All right, moving on to the second powerful musician on our list. We're talking about Aretha Franklin. Now, the Queen of Soul, as she's fondly referred to, cannot be left out of this list. Her energy and her ability to oscillate multiple genres was absolutely amazing. Known for R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yes.
Her presence in the industry has influenced many stars all over the world. Now, she grew up in the civil rights movement era and sang in her local church, over which her pastor presided as pastor. In the late 1960s, her career skyrocketed, and she became known for such songs like Natural Woman, Think, I Say a Little Prayer. You know, I mean, her songs, I think the 60s were Aretha Franklin.
What you want?
Baby, I got it.
Hey, what you need? Okay, I'm still gonna do it. That's another person you should not try to. Don't do it,
You know, some people, I think, these ones are the gifts. You know, when God just planted a gift in you for singing, it's so effortless. People like this.
Continue to rest in power, Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
All right, number 3 on our list is Etta James. Etta James was a singer-songwriter whose style spanned a variety of music genres, including blues, R&B, soul, rock and roll, jazz, and gospel. Her career kick-started in 1954, gaining fame with hits such as The Wallflower, At Last, Tell Mama, and so many more. The late Grammy Award winner Etta James is regarded as having bridged the gap between rhythm and blues, rock and roll. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Fame in 1993, the Blues Hall of Fame in 2001, and the Grammy Hall of Fame in both 1999 and 2008.
Yeah,
Etta
shout out
James.
Etta James, man. I don't know which wedding they haven't done At Last at. Like,
Honestly, I feel like she was the
song,
happier version of Adele.
Adele, I knew you were going to say that. All right, guys, moving on to our number 4 Afro-American music legend, female, of course. Diana Ross. Yes, Diana Ross is a pop singer who started as the leader of the vocal group The Primettes in 1959. In 1967, the group was renamed Diana Ross and the Supremes, foreshadowing her solo career, which she launched in 1970. Beginning with Ain't No Mountain High Enough from her debut album, she topped the charts for more than a decade. The beautiful singer was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988 and also received a Grammy Award for Lifetime Achievement in 2012. I remember that one, yeah. I watched that one. Powerful stuff.
Diana.
And she's of course mother to a lot of some talents that we know,
Yes.
like what's her name?
I know her. She looks just like
Tracy
Diana
Ellis Ross.
Tracy
Thank you.
Ross, yes.
And Evan Ross, yes.
And they're all very talented as well. They took their mother's genes.
All right, finally, we have Tina Turner. Tina Turner was incredibly popular in the 1980s as well and achieved success with Private Dancer. Now, the Taiwanese-born singer, has influenced many contemporary singers. She embarked on a solo career and is famous for such soundtracks as Golden Eye and He Lives in You. Faladele, do not interrupt my singing, okay?
Sorry, ma.
Her career has been huge and her work is globally renowned. Now you can sing.
He lives in me.
Primary school, if you not do this song,
With socks on your hand.
you have gloves out of finger.
Eh. Our budget was
Then you
tight.
know that
We're done.
Faladele, did you get something out of what Amanda just said?
We're done.
She said she used socks.
I said
She didn't have money for
our
gloves.
budget. No, not me. Our budget.
Who is our, me, I went to...
Wow.
Wow. Yes.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap on our daily top 5. This is where we draw the curtains on the first half of the show. Still to come, we have entertainment news recap, and of course, the E-Splash Top 10 countdown comes up shortly. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back.
Oh my.
Don't talk to me like that. Come not to me. What you talking about? What you talking about?
Ricky.
Oh, me, Ricky.
Dimples.
I'm Dimples.
Hey.
I'll carry. You don't know.
How you gonna tell me, say, you know they watch this splash?
How you gonna tell me?
Oh shit.
You know they watch this splash? Okay, we're sorry.
Kai.
And so everyone at home who wasn't
Welcome
impressed
back.
by that, we're sorry, okay?
I'm the tush one here.
Welcome back to Sanity, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second half of the show. And of course, so far, we've brought you the news, Rewind, Sweetville studio session, and of course, daily top 5. Now it's time to chew it up in a minute or less. One of us will rant about what's currently bugging him or her.
You just gonna move on like that from our song?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's
You wanna rant about it?
nah.
So I want to rant
Okay, Amanda,
about
hit me.
something. Yeah, I want to rant about people being sneaky. Being manipulative. Like, just like it's okay. You're laughing because you know where I'm going through. Like I just don't like the fact that people put up a front that is not true. Like. Don't try and make a situation seem like it is not where. It's very hard to explain this without giving a situation.
Okay, for example.
Because I knew that, okay, for instance, like, I'm a quiet person, right? I'm a soft-spoken person. You are a louder person. So now we have this huge... I'm just giving an example. We have these huge arguments between both of us, but people keep thinking that because they see me flare up in public, that I'm the one that has the problem. Then you now come out and you're now all sweet and everything. I don't like people like that. People like that, I find them very manipulative, very toxic, very narcissistic. I mean, as you were saying the other day, you have to protect your energy. Yeah. And when you're around such people, you won't just know why. You're just always cranky. And then the people, some people will not be like telling you, like someone was telling me the other day that I have a heart full of ice, I'm ice cold. Why are you still talking to me? You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to say that you don't like someone, give the person some space and know where we all stand and let everybody have peace. Than for you to be forming one kind of cordiality, then behind doors, you're saying another thing. So I just feel like in this 2019, let's just be plain. So that at the end of the year, it will not be like, I'm cutting people off. People are cutting. There's always a New Year's resolution. Why not just have good friends?
We this year together, but I'm living without you. Just go to your 2020 alone.
Just be honest with yourself. It's not everybody you must be friends with. It's not everybody that's going to better your life.
Fair enough.
No, at all.
OJ, let's go before Arike makes Amanda do what she doesn't want to do.
All right, let's just say.
I think
No. I'm immune to it.
Do you need water?
I'm very good.
This person you're talking about, did he do any, or she do anything?
Guys, let's just go to a quick entertainment
Do you have
recap.
anything to do with
Entertainment news recap, guys. Entertainment news recap. African artists in war of words over xenophobic attacks.
And of course, we talked about Zaki Aze accusing Sarkozy and Mr. Easy of copyright infringement.
And finally, we talk about Justin Bieber, who opens up about childhood fame corrupting him.
Alrighty, y'all. Remember to let us know you are watching the show by calling us. Of course, the numbers will be on the screen right about now. And you can tweet to us as well. It's at TVC Connect with the hashtag eSplash on TVC. You can also let us know which song you think is at the #1 spot this week on the countdown. Yeah, maybe we'll take a few calls because we know you guys want to talk to us. So we'll take your calls. And of course, we'll take a break now. And when we come back, it will be time for everybody's favorite, the eSplash.
I love your energy today.
Top 10. It is time for the eSplash Top 10 Countdown. All right, guys, at number 10 this week, we have a brand new entry, and it is Larry Gaga featuring Patty Ranking, and it's titled In My Head.
We're moving swiftly to our number 9 song. We're talking about DMW artist Peruzzi, and of course, this one is titled Majesty.
All right, at number 8, we have a brand new entry, Burna Boy, and it is Pull Up.
Now moving swiftly along to our number 7 spot of the week. This one is from Mayor Kun featuring Kiss Daniel. It's True.
Now let's talk about our number 6 video, and it is Young John featuring Kiss Daniel again, and Tiwa Savage with Hello Baby.
Our number 5 song, and of course, it's coming from Fireboy DML, and this song is titled What If I Say.
Well, we'll go check out our number 4. It is Joe Boy with Baby My Jam.
Our number 3 song for today with Totori.
Yeah,
Our
do
number
that.
2 song is retaining the same spot like last week, and Giants' second appearance on the countdown. Anybody?
Time for us to let you know what song we have at the number 1 spot.
I don't know.
Featuring Chris Brown.